Hi there everyone, thank you for this like usual. I made a thumbnail, doing the pictures, not paid video. Alright, okay. So, here is the thing. In my last video, I know I revealed some stuff, like the Beast Monarch and the Ice Monarch. Ice Monarch, I made it Revria, reincarnation basically. Does she have a system? You know, yes, but it's different from Izuku's. It's just to focus on her, well, abilities mostly. I just realized my mom's door is open and I'm downstairs. It's currently nighttime, midnight, almost 1 o'clock. So, yeah, she has a system. The Beast Monarch doesn't. Her system consists of basically, well, just basically a normal thing, like living her life, helping out people sometimes. There's like tasks, trying to not have her to do what the Ice Monarch was trying to do, which Sun Jinwoo had to take over. So, I don't really know much about the Ice Monarch, but she can do anything what the Ice Monarch did in the, in basically the novel, comic, whatever. I am going to start to find some stuff from the novel of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? I'm hoping I can get like a couple of them online, maybe, or try to find like some website so I can read them. Because I'm starting to realize not every anime can show everything from the manga, so this is kind of making me think. In this one, I should really start reading some of the manga, or try to find anything from the manga and incorporate it into this what if, you know. But, yeah. So, I just want to say that. Also, for Goliath, Bell leveled up 29 times because of all the beasts. And, not beasts, but monsters he's killed. So he is level 108. Oh man, I did not raise up his shadows. Give me a minute. Okay, so he has 207 shadows he can have and save. Strength is 150, agility is 150, sense is 149, vitality 134, and intelligence 189. In which... Wait. No, correction, 169. So his health is 452, magic 479. The god stats 608, 602, 526, 598, and 409. Basically, strength, endurance, dexterity, agility, and magic. Alright? So, basically, yeah. So we're just gonna get into this right away because I watched at least 5 episodes of season 2. So, yeah. Part 7, if I make part 7, it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm not going to... How should I say this? I'm not gonna be following the story, I think, much in that one. I'm gonna maybe try to have a scene from from the manga happen. I do know a little bit of it, but not by much. So, we'll try to find out more of that. But anyways, let's get into this. So, we start with Bell. He's basically found out about his stats, because he didn't, check it out. He is shocked that he even has it. He basically even checked his leveling, and he is completely shocked. And the points he has was even a double shocker. He has 303 points he can put in. So he's trying to figure out what he wants to put in. So, that does not matter right now because he's going to go into the dungeon. And we will proceed to have him go into the dungeon with the same people that were in there. So Makoto, Wealth, Lily and himself. They are taking down monsters. Bell is using daggers. I mean, he has been using daggers so much, you've been thinking, does he get the skill that Sun Jinwoo has? I mean, technically, yes, he would if you really think about it. But he's nearly there with it. Which Egress does tell him. He says, My lord, you are almost close to attaining Master of Daggers. He's like, huh. So, I mean, he basically killed the enemies off. And Makoto did too, Welf did, and Lily helped, keep an eye on any monsters that are coming near. Give me a minute, guys. So, after that, they're all basically saying, like, wow, I mean, having your army out, Belle, is really nice and all, but having another party member with us is, like, even better. He's like, which Belle does agree to it. He goes, yeah, I mean, thank you a lot, Makoto. Really, glad you even come along. But she goes, oh, I was coming down here anyway, so I just figured just help out. And he goes, but still, thanks. And then Moshi would proceed to apologize for what happened. He was like I said before, I got the experience from it, so it was all, good. And she does saying, I know, but still, I feel bad. He was like, if you feel so bad enough, just, just help out more often, okay? When she goes, right. And then she just asks Belle, I've been noticing nobody has ever been, talking about you, what you did on the 18th floor for these past couple weeks. He was like, yeah, for some reason the gods are keeping that a secret, I think. I asked Hestia about it. There was a meeting and, only with her and Hermes. Someone asked about it and, they said to keep it a secret. It was a request by one of the gods. I don't know who, though. It's a pain, but I should thank them for that. I don't want every other god to know what I do. They'll probably be thinking I'm a threat to their familia, and they'll try to kill me. In turn, that'll just bring more, problem for them. Which Makoto asks why, even Wolf, but Lily knows. And then she goes, Master Bell, should you really tell them this? And he just looks at her and goes like, they should know. Which Wolf goes like, what do you mean? He goes like, if anyone tries to kill me, do you really think I'm gonna, can communicate with them and try to reason with them? If they have if they're doing it of order or by God, orders of, their superiors or by their god or goddess or just being paid. No offense, they're gonna die. I don't care if anyone can see me doing it either. Which, that kind of shocked Welf and Makoto, but Lily says, especially if they come after your friends, right? And he does nod. He goes, especially that. And Welf goes like, have you killed before? He was like, which Belle just looks at him and goes like, yes, I'm not gonna lie. Which Welf was like, even Makoto was in shock. He goes, like, how? And he just says, oh, they're about to let monsters eat Lily. So, I killed two, the other one, who knows what happened. Which they just like, okay, we can understand that. But how are you so calm about it? Huh. It's sort of a thing where, I don't know. I felt something more like anger and sadness. They were so selfish just to get something from Billy that it ended up just being, that they ended up just, beating her, leaving her to die by monsters. So in the end, I didn't really think of them as anything but monsters. Which, that kind of shocks them. And then, well, Egress comes out and he goes like, believe it or not, my former master was exactly the same way. He believed in humans until someone tried to kill him. And then, in the end, he killed them all. In which, well, Bella was like, huh, I guess I learned that pretty early, didn't I? Which Egress does not. He goes, humanity is cruel. They will kill one another for no reason. Do not blame Belle for it. It's a natural law of life, unfortunately. And which, well, was like, I'm not blaming him, it's just I'm surprised. I didn't know this guy could actually kill people. Which Makoto does not too. He was like, it's only if someone deserves it or they try to kill me. I won't kill for no reason. I'm not a murderer for, for fun. I do it for reasons. But killing is still killing. I don't take no pleasure in it, truly. And where she goes, well, at least that's good. So, after that, they do go, Lily and Belle go to the tavern and celebrate Welf becoming level 2. His smithing skill is now going to be even better, and Lily makes a comment about how he's going to leave. But Welf then says, just because he got what he wanted doesn't mean he's going to leave. In which Belle goes like, thanks. That really, it takes my mind off of it. He goes, believe me, if I left you, I'll be wasting, so much, how should I say this? Opportunity? Which Welf goes, yes, opportunity. Thanks. He goes, no problem. So, after eating, then basically he says, oh yeah, I'm almost close to level 3. Welf goes like, really? Actually, no, never mind. That makes sense. And he was like, yeah, I know. Just because you catch up to me, I'm nearly at level 3. But don't worry, I'll help you out. I'll try to get you both to the next level. Which, goes like, thanks, man. And then this little boy, I don't know how old he is coming over. He was like, oh, look, it's the little rookie. Basically, as Belle was like, do I know you? He was like, no, you don't. But hey, it doesn't really matter. Because, you may have become a level 2, but you're still that same old rookie, the same old, person running away from, monsters. Are you hiding behind your friends because that way you can level up so easily? And then Bella's just like, he's like, you done? He's like, huh? He's like, really? Are you done? Is that supposed to make me angry? He just looks at him just, he's not really caring at all. Which the guy's like saying, oh, what? You end up in this state because you're so scared? I bet you even a disappointment to your goddess. I mean, she is an unknown goddess that no one wants to, be with. And besides, she's basically known as the, As then Belle goes like, really? What is she known as? Doesn't really matter to me. She is my goddess, and I owe her everything. And, basically just drink something, and then one guy throws his cup of wine at Belle, which hits him, and wine's all over him. And he legit looking at these members, and he goes, hey, Welf, do you want to get in this fight, or do you want me? He was like, you have your fun. He's like, thanks. Hold my drink. So basically, grabs his drink, as basically Belle gets up, and he goes like, hey, boy, if you don't want to get hurt, I suggest you step to the side. As he says with this calm smile on his face, as this kid can tell he's not lying. But he says, also, what guild are you a part of? He goes, Apollo's. He's like, good boy. He just pats his head, and the kid just goes to the side. He was like, why am I so scared of him? As then 4 guys come over, try to punch Bell. As in one quick motion, each one was punched in the face and knocked out, which kind of surprised the kid. I think basically, if you guys are wondering who is his name, it's Luna? Lunan? Like, Lunan? Yeah, Lunan. That's the boy's name. I know it sounds weird, but give me a minute, guys. As then, everyone's kind of shocked by this. As then he goes, really? 4 of you can't try to come at me and fight me all at once, and all it took me was one punch. As then he's thinking, man, the system that Jin gave me is really powerful. I don't know what level are these guys, but still. As then, somebody sitting down says, looks like I take care of this myself now. And then, well, he gets up, cracks his hand a little, his knuckles, as it proceeds then to hit Bell. Basically, it looks like he disappeared. Hit Bell in the nose, but Bell saw this coming. He let the guy hit him, as then he punched himself in the nose so quickly that it, looked like when his palm hit Bell in the nose, it makes him bleed. But so, Lily hears the guy, basically talking about who the guy is, but she's mostly shocked that Bell's bleeding for him. But basically, she hears the guy name is Hyokinton. Thon. Sorry, Hyokinthos. As he's a level 3. And where Lily thinks, is a level 3 Aelzard Master Bell? And then basically she sees his knuckle, because he's not just he didn't grab his neck this time. He basically is punching Bell's fist, his right fist basically, has a little blood on it she sees. As then he's looking at Lily, and she then knows what he's doing. So when the guy grabs his neck, he does lift him up a little. He's like, I have my fun. For hurting my friends now, I'm gonna make sure you'll suffer. As then he starts squeezing Bell's neck, but it's really not affecting him. As wishing that Bell just kind of chuckles. He goes, "What's so?" As then all of a sudden Bell just taps him on the side of his, stomach. As then this man, Hyokothos, just goes on his knees and, holding his side and screaming in pain, and he goes, Azelle just says, sorry about that, but kind of deserved it. So, as Hyokothos is looking up at him, he just says this: take your friends and get out of here. They're the one who started this, and I ended it. And it's futile to even fight you. There's no point. So just get your friends out and go. And boy, as Bell points to him, he's like, how about? In which, even though Bell's 14, he just kind of acted like an old man right now because of maturity mindset now. Yeah, his mind did mature a little bit. You can't blame, his intelligence is going up a lot. So, and in my standpoint, with Sun Jin Woo, his intelligence has, basically helped him, in maturing. What I think. So, I'm kind of really thinking about it when I was trying to make this video earlier yesterday night, and I was thinking, wait, wouldn't his intelligence make make him a little bit more mature when it comes to certain things? So in this one, it would. So after that, Luan basically helps out, his basically people in his familia, and they start walking out. Well, everyone's kind of shocked by that. He was like, all that working out does help. And Beta, who was watching this, is just shocked beyond belief. He's like, what? I was able to take out level 3. What's the reasoning? Man, this little rookie, I mean, not little rookie, this dungeon destroyer guy doesn't really make sense. What? So, yeah, he's having trouble to, comprehend Bell. As in, since the fight never happened, Lily and Wolf go to their respective homes, no, actually they will just come with. And basically Hestia, asks why they're, kind of, talking, Wolf is, basically still laughing over the fact that he took down level 3. And then Lily is, kind of worried about it. In which Hestia asks, what's wrong? And then Belly says, oh, I just took a couple of guys down from the Apollo Familia. And he just sits down in the bed. As then the whole entire reprimanding him for doing that he shouldn't have done that happens. And he goes, what? They started it. They're like, what do you mean? He's like, well, first of all, they started making fun of me. I didn't care. They made fun of you. And, I cared, but I wasn't going to get in a fight over it. They can say everything they want. Then one guy threw his wine at me. So, what was I supposed to do? I didn't beat every one of them up. I only built 4, 5 of them. It was just me versus them. So, and it only took one punch. It wasn't really that bad of a bruising. Frankly, I held back on them. Where she goes, that is true, but still, do you know who Apollo is? He was like, nope. As then someone says, huh, I never knew you'll take on Apollo's Familia. Which then they all look, which Lily says, wait, you're, as in with Goddess Freya. As in Hestia goes, Freya, why are you here? And she goes, oh, I'm here to talk to, Belle. If you don't mind, Hestia, I'm not here to recruit him at all, so don't worry. He's so important to you. Why would I want to take something away from you at all? We're friends. As then Hestia says, but still, as she's blocking Belle's view, says, basically, Belle, don't look at her. You'll be swooned by her looks. And he goes like, he just pats Goddess Hestia on the head. He's like, Goddess. No, Hestia. Look. She wants to talk to me. And he gets off the bed and, stands up. He goes like, then let's hear her out. And she goes, in private, please. He was like, lead away, then, Goddess. And then basically she, was walking out with Belle following her. As then everyone's confused and they start, discussing on why she's here. When they get out, he goes, so, what's your motive? What's your angle? She goes, nothing. I just want to offer you something. Something that I never thought I would ever want to offer anyone. And he goes, what? An alliance between my Familia with Hestia's. He goes, but don't you want to? She goes, I know I should make it with Hestia, but I won't make it with you personally, Belle Cronell. Isn't that alright? And then basically he goes, why me? He goes, because you can use the most help, and, well, if I even did betray you, I have a feeling that you would come after my Familia and kill us. Which Belle kind of glares at her a little. He was like, how do you know that? She basically, has a flashback to when she heard Belle said that to Makoto and Wolf. And then, she goes, oh, just some little birdie told me. But besides the point, I want to get to know you, Belle Cronell. I want to know what makes you tick. What makes you the way you are. And see if I can, see if I can see where you go in your adventures. As she says this with the most innocent smile. As then Belle says to himself, I don't believe that. There has to be something else. But, how can I get her loyalty? So Ygritte says, "How about a contract, or something that where she'll have to give you something as equal amount to a loyalty that she can, give." As then Bell says, "I know." So Bell says, "How about you get on your knees and beg your allegiance to me? I mean, well, say you'll be, serve under me." And then he says to himself, "Okay, I know I demanded it, but I'm joking." A simple handshake and maybe just says, "Hey, approval note would just do." Which Ygritte says, "Really?" As then Hestia thinks about it, and she goes, "Ah, I know." So then she basically says, "Oronos, may I please use my godly powers?" As then Oronos says, well, basically makes some magic, basically contacts her. He asks, "What is the reason?" And she goes, "Loyalty contract." And he goes, then basically says, "Granted." And then all of a sudden, she releases her magical powers, and then, a magical circle is happening. Hestia, Lily, and, I feel this, as when they're running out, they see a magical circle is glowing, as in Belle feels something, burning on his, I want to say arm. So, yeah, basically his arm. As, same with, but something's burning on Freya's hand. You see, symbols are making of each, on each thing. Basically, Belle is getting the Freya's, sign of her familia, as then, what basically Freya's getting is sign, is something to do with Belle. So basically, a rabbit. And after it's done, she basically stops using her magical power, and then she goes, "There, the contract of loyalty is given. If I ever betray you, something will be forfeit from me." He goes, "What's that?" As he's holding his left arm, and she says with the most innocent face she can ever give. She says, "My life." And then his eyes widen, including Hestia and Lily's shock. And he goes, "Are you an idiot? Why would you, this is what Belle's saying to her, why would you forfeit your life just to prove your loyalty? I was joking about going on your knees and beg, basically beg to be my servant or something. I was joking. I didn't expect this to even happen." And she goes, "I know, but this is to prove my loyalty. So, and what I meant was true. I want to be an ally with the Hestia Familia. If you're ever in danger, ever need resources, ever need knowledge, or my help, my Familia and myself will come to your aid." Which, Hestia comes over and asks, in shock, in tone, "Why?" And she goes, and then she's looking at Belle, and she just says, "Because I found something very interesting, and I figure I should help you out." Hestia. She looks at Hestia. And basically, Belle's still looking at her in shock, and she goes, "And also, your child here, really has catch my interest." They see she's walking away. And so, Belle sees someone waiting for, Freya in a cloak, as basically they walking right next to her. Bella's confused, and he goes, I don't know what I did to catch her attention." "Hestia, are you..." And she goes, we have a powerful ally, Belle. I don't know what happened, or why is this, but this has to be a dream, right?" And which we will go to Freya, as basically the person who's with her is her basically top member of the guild. Basically, I'll talk Ottart? Ottart? Ottart. Ottart. Wait. Ottart? Ottart? Hey, Ottart? Oh my god. His name. Arthur. Wait, no, Arthur. O. Otart. Otart. I think that's how you say it. I had to hear it, but yeah, it's hard to pronounce for me. It's Ottart. I'm trying my best. I'm not good with names like that. Anyways, you know who it is. Big guy. Wield sword, train the Minotaur. Okay? But yeah, he goes, Freya, are you sure this is a good idea? She does nod. She goes, yes, it is. And basically, I can at least have a conversation with him without raising suspicion. It's gonna be difficult, but it will be fun. What do you think of him? And he just says, strong. I never even fought him before, and yet, I may be no match for him, especially with that army of his. And but Freya does not. I have a few things I want to give him, too. But then he does ask, oh, is it, or is it Ochart? Ochart? Or, oh my god. I'm gonna look up his name. Okay, so here's the thing. I wrote it down, and I saw it. I added another T though by accident. Yeah, it's Otar. Yeah, that was my fault, guys. That's my fault. Anyways, so after after that, we have a scene shift with Edna is talking to Belle because she heard what he did, and she's basically telling him, and then he says, Hestia already gave me gave me like a stern talking to. Besides, I don't see the point. They were weak. And she goes, you fought at level 3. How is he weak? And he goes, I don't know. I train every day, and it just doesn't seem like he was that strong. Sorry, but I'm not being cocky. I really mean it. So she sighs and be like, Belle, there's gonna be repercussions. If we don't have a civil familiar war, as Belle just says to himself, well, in his head actually, he goes, I'll win it easily. I don't have to hide then. I'm the weakest. Jeez. And well, she goes, but anyways, as long as Hestia gave a talking to, let's just hope no repercussions happen. As then we're walking out, Belle says, yeah, I know. Anyways, when can I go deeper into the floors? I really am getting tired just going to the 13th and, to the middle floors. Why don't I try to go to the 20th? And she goes, you went on to the 18th floor without even saying anything to me. You think that's a very good idea? He's like, yeah, it was easy. We got there really fast. She was, what? I don't think it's going to be a good idea, Belle. Just run down until you get to level 3. Just be at level, you're only level 2. So be in the middle areas, okay? And he sighs, it was fine. And what do you two want? As then when he looks to his side, basically, the woman says, hello. I am Dolphine, and this is Cassandra. Yeah, Cassandra. Yeah. Basically, she says, this is Cassandra. And she goes, hello. He goes, so, what is it? She goes, here. You have my sympathy. And he goes, huh? And she goes, show that to your goddess. And then basically, he looked at Cassandra, and he goes, why are you so nervous when you're looking at me? Like, just straight up asking her. She was, shaking. She goes, no reason. He goes, alright. Just be careful. he basically just walks away from them. He turns around and walks in a different direction. As basically Delphina is like asking Cassandra, what's wrong? She goes, darkness will cover the sun from the rabbit's shadow. It will jump out and devour it. And when she was, one of your premonitions, she goes, please believe me. You have to. We have to tell Master Apollo about this. He'll have to understand. This will be a bad idea if we try to harm him or anyone he cares about. And when she goes, it's just your dreams. It's not going to come true. So come on. So yeah. So Belle shows her the letter and it's a formal invitation to a party. And she says we have to go shopping for, well, uniform. Well, basically tuxedo dress. And in which they do. And they even invite Malchi and Taki. I'm just going to say Taki. Basically, they're both gods. Hold up. Yeah, wait, Mulch? It's Mulch and Taki. Or Taki Mikazuchi. Alright, it's basically those two gods. And Makoto's with him, with, Taki. And basically, Mulch has Nazu. Naza? It's Naaaz. I think Nazu. And basically he says, thank you for the invitation, invited us, Hestia. That's what Mulch says. Mulch? Wait, Mulch? Yeah, Miach. Mulch. Yeah, I think that's what Mulch. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically, yeah, Taki says, thank you, really. And basically Hestia goes like, it's no problem. We took, you deserved for all the help you could have given us. In which Belle says, yeah. Of course, coming to the 18th floor wasn't really needed, but... in which both gods say, we don't know how you could handle it, but basically Taki says, from what I heard, only briefly, you're able to handle it by yourself, it seemed like. That's really impressive, Belle. He's like, yeah, but no other god or, familiar knows about this. So keep it on the down low, please. I was like, right. So, basically, they go into the ball. As then everyone is, basically, talking and such. And then Apollo makes his grand entrance and, starts conversing. Basically starts announcing everyone to join themselves and have fun. And then he looks over to Belle as he notices this. And he's not affected or flinches at this. He just looks straight at him. In which Apollo flinches a little. But not noticeable by anyone else. By no one, actually. And so, what happens while everyone's eating and such, Freya is then, coming in. As in, Mulch and Taki have the same thing happen where both of their, companions, pinch and then twist, basically, her and their sides. As then she goes over to Freya and she goes, Belle, Goddess Freya, it's a pleasure to see you again. How is your evening and day going? She goes, good. And yours? He goes, I'm wondering what he's planning. And to basically see how much fun I can have. She goes, ooh, you have a plan already? He goes, yeah, it's going to be fun. She goes, I bet. But please, don't hurt his pride too badly. He goes, I won't. And then basically Freya leaves, and Hessie goes like, a plan? He goes, yeah, sorry, I thought of it this afternoon. I didn't think it was that important to say much. It's just a stupid idea. She goes, really? Like what? He goes, if he's trying to get us into a fight and wants me to do something, then how about we give him it? But we kind of make it, we don't accept it and see what he does. And the outcome of this, the outcome of that choice we do a little bit of attack where we then accept it. Or should I say you do? Okay? She goes, are you sure? He's like, yeah. Besides, don't you said you and him then are the best circumstances when you guys were, well, up in the heavens. So, how would it really be, well, so bad if I took down his whole entire familia and whatever he wants? And she basically thought about it for a couple of seconds, and she goes, "Yes." And so Loki comes over, and basically she kind of makes a scene about Freya, but then she's looking at Belle, and says, "So this is your member," and she's looking a little bit up because Belle's kind of taller than her in this one, and then she goes, I didn't really think he was much of a looker, but now I'm looking at him, he kind of is. But no one's better than my eyes, Icy Poo or something, and Belle goes, "Really? Well, Loki, I thank you for your compliment, but do not flatter me so much. I am really not worth the trouble of anyone to love. Besides, eyes will be better off with anyone else but me. After all, to your member, I think Beta, was it? I was a weakling. I was scared of minotaurs. Even though your members were, well, at least one of your members let a minotaur run by them, and almost me dying. So, as he says, in the tavern that day, I was a weak, pathetic fool that eyes will never even take a glance at. So, don't worry about me." And, well, Loki's kind of shocked by that he's technically badmouthing someone in her familia, but also, himself. And Eyes was watching this and kind of shocked. He goes, "But anyways, enjoy the party. Come on, Hestia." As obviously, Hestia's looking at Belle and looking at Loki, and he goes, come in. As then Loki was like, "Whoa, I never thought he would backtalk to me like that." And you see, she looks at Eyes, he goes like, "Is this true?" In which she does nod, and he goes, "He's a lot stronger now than before. He basically made it on the 18th level by himself, when he was only level 1. Which, no wait, level 2. Which, well, Loki's eyes open and she looks back at Belle. And then she smiles and goes, "I guess I judged him too soon." Loki and him are Loki and Belle are gonna be friends in this one. Are gonna be somewhat friends. So yeah. So basically everything's happening like normal, dancing are happening, and oh man, I wanna make this longer. Am I gonna go over 30 minutes to make it longer? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to episode 5. So basically, what happens in the dancing scene is exactly the same thing that happens. But in this case, Belle goes over to, well, basically, Hermes is gonna say, "Hey, go over and ask her." He's like, "Nah, I shouldn't." He goes, "Really?" One I was like, "I don't know, never danced before." She goes, "Come on, try it. You know if she'll accept it or not." He goes, all right, I'll give it a shot." So, he goes over to Eyes. He goes, "Eyes Valentine." Well, no, not Valentine. Wallenstein. Stein? Yeah, Wallenstein. "I would ask you, would you like to have a dance with me?" As technically, Eyes kind of blushes from this a little, and she goes, I would love to, but I must inform you, I never danced before." And he goes, "Neither have I. So, come, let's just enjoy the dance." And so the exact same scene happens where they're dancing, in which everyone's kind of surprised. Eyes, is having fun, and she goes, "This is my first time having so much fun." And Belle goes, "I'm glad." So what happens is this: Loki and Hestia are not really, arguing or want to, stop them. And well, Alphys, I think, Alfie, yeah, Alfie is not, holding them. Yeah, it's Alphys. She's not holding them, But she comes over to them and goes, "I'm surprised you two aren't trying to stop them." In which Heskey goes, Belle would have said I'm being too, jealous. And basically have tried to calm me down. And then Loki says, I can let Eyes, dance with him. She never has danced with anyone before. Even if I asked her, she would reject me anyways, as in she has a small tear going down her face. And basically, Hestia just pats Loki on the back. Give me a minute. And so, when they're dancing for a bit, Apollo has a spotlight on the both of them. And Eyes is wondering what's going on. And he goes, "Oh, I fought a few of his familia members. And I took down one of his level 3s. So he probably wants a little bit of revenge. Let's see where this goes. But please, go over to Loki. Be safe." In which, she kind of hesitates, but he goes, "Go." And so she goes over to Loki, as in, Apollo comes over. Hestia does walk slowly over and goes, "Belle Cornell, for you hurting my members, I would like to, have a challenge." As then Hestia goes, like what? It was a war? Yeah. A war game! As everyone's cheering for her and such. As then she goes, "No." It was like, "Why not? Your, member hurt my other members. So, why not?" As basically Belle says, "Oh, so him throwing a cup at me doesn't count as, him challenging me, and then it's just because I beat them. It was only supposed to be 1 versus 1, but 4 of them came at me, and then a 5th one. He made me bleed a little. From my nose, it was a lot, so doesn't that mean I was beaten up pretty badly? And so I just fought back." Which she goes, "Does not matter. They said you were, stronger than them, in a way, that you used some type of trick. But still, it does not matter. A war game. I challenge Hestia, your familia. And if we win, we get Belle." And, as she goes, "No, I refuse." And he goes, basically, she, about to walk away when Apollo says, "You know what will happen if, you will refuse." And she goes, "Still no." As Belle just looking at Apollo with no expression, but inside he's thinking, this is going to be quite interesting. And so he leaves with, Hestia. As Loki's thinking, why is he not afraid? And when she asks, "Eyes, have you been any contact with him?" She goes, "Yes." "What was he like beforehand?" She goes, "He was afraid. He would, run away a lot. But for some reason, after he fell into that pit, that magical trap." And she goes, "Wait, I remember now. He was trapped in the dungeon for 3 weeks." And she goes, "Yes." And then basically Loki starts thinking, whatever happened to you, Belle Cornell, in those 3 weeks changed you. And you got stronger very, very quick. What is it? So, after that, we then have, we do have that scene with Belle just saying, "I'm going to the dungeon." He's wearing his normal outfit, his normal hunting, adventure outfit, but with the Sun Jin-woo jacket on. As in basically when he opens up the door, when Hestia's right behind him, he basically sees, people from Apollo's familia, all aiming magical attacks at them. Fireball attacks. As in Belle quickly grabs Hestia and just starts running. In which the familia, Apollo seeing him, are in shock that he was able to move so fast. And they say, "After him!" So he's running, magic attacks are happening. He's basically jumping through places that he knows have no one around. As he goes, "Man, this is going to be too easy." And she goes, "Belle, he destroyed our home." He's like, "Don't worry, we can get a new one." She goes, but, I remember, I have all my, uh, veil with me in my inventory. She goes, I know, but still. He goes, like I said, don't worry, Hestia. Our home is anywhere we make it. As long as we were each other, right? Each other, right? And she nods. So, Bella says, anyways, hold on tight. As basically he jumps onto a roof. And when he basically there's Diana and Cassandra, and she goes, and then she tells him about how Apollo will be after him. Doesn't matter where he goes, where he'll be, what country, what village. And then he goes, really? And then he basically just, well, he she says, I guess I just have to do a disappearing act. And then she goes, huh? And then all of a sudden he uses stealth. And then he's gone. In which they're shocked by this. And so Bell gets away from them and he's running down, deactivates it, and he goes, too easy. And they're like confused. No one ever has a magical skill like that. And he didn't even do anything to even, insinuate it. And so what happens is this. He basically, while they're running, he has some breathing room. He basically he says, Frost, go find Lily, stay into the shadows, and go into her shadow and protect her. Alright? In which he nods, as Frost, does. And where she goes, why? Why did you? He goes, I don't know why. I just have a bad feeling something's gonna happen to her. And, well, Hestia nods. And so, what happens is simple. They run, everything's going to sand, but when the level 3 guy, Hiokothos. Wait. I'm going to pause this for a second. Yeah, Hiokothos. Basically sees him, he was like, it isn't going to be like last time. You aren't going to catch me off guard. As then Bell just says, Firebolt! As when he shoots it, it's a lot quicker than what he thought, and he basically gets sent flying. He blocks with his sword, but it breaks and gets sent flying. And he goes, weaklings. So basically, he just starts running. He goes, I think it's about time we basically go to, Apollo, in which she does nod, or Hestia. So, Razu? Yeah, I'm just gonna say Razu. Yeah, Razu basically is at far away on a tower. She goes, why did Bell get so strong? And basically, the same thing would happen, like some members of the Salmon Familia come in and, try to, like, attack Bell or get Hestia, basically. And it doesn't work out very well. Lily and basically Wolf, he'll come in along with basically Makoto. Hold on. Like Chigusa and Oika, same things happen. And, hold on. Okay, like I was saying, Makoto, Chigusa, and Aka, Oika, basically, are taking kind of some members from the Soma family. And, basically, Frost did did find Lily going to her shadow. So, what happens is, they are making their way over to the, Apollo's Familia. Lily does go with a man in glasses. And, does try to stop some members going after, So, let's just say this. All that happens is, the exact same thing. Nothing changes. And, how Bell is going to get stronger is really simple. He basically, he doesn't go to... The only thing that will change is he would just go to the Loki Familia. And, he basically then says, I'm here to talk to Goddess Loki. Oh, god or goddess Loki. Alright. In which they look at him and, they're not letting him pass. And so, basically they sent him away, and who's there is Loki, Eyes, and Tiana. In which he's like, huh? In which Loki says, I know what you're here for. You're here to ask for help. To basically get stronger, right? He goes, yeah. I only faced human opponents only once. And I caught them off guard. So, well, and also a little bit of, surprise in my strength. So, I'll need some help. And then she goes, alright, these two can help you, but it only has to be, in training only. Okay? He says, thanks, Loki. She goes, no problem. Besides, I'm interested who will win. You, or Apollo's Familia. So, have fun. And so Tiana says, well, Mr. Argonaut, it looks like we're going to be working together. He was like, yeah, we are. Thank you again, Eyes, Tiana. Basically, Eyes says, it's no problem. So, that training session happens. And, well, Hestia does exactly the same thing. So, Bella's training goes differently for about, who knows how long happens, like training. It's only for one day. And how the training is ending, he basically stops. He goes, well, I know this was fun. It seems like I was able to counter and will try to strike you guys, and I was nearly there. But I think I should stop holding him back, so come at me like you're about to kill me. In which Tiana and Eyes are like, what? Wait. Let me just double check if I got the name right. Yeah, I think I was saying the name right, Tiona. I just had to double check. So, basically, he basically says, don't worry, you guys won't be able to hit me. And she goes, are you sure, Mr. Argonaut? He's like, yeah, come on. Show me what you got. So, basically, I says, I don't think she was, basically then Tiona cuts her off, says, alright then. So she tries to go in. He basically sidesteps her. And she was like, huh? As then basically, Eyes is shocked, and she gets a little bit serious, and she tries to, basically, lunge her, try to slash at him. And then he dodges. He goes like, man, you guys are a little bit slow. Come on. So basically, this goes on for at least 5 hours straight. Meanwhile, while this was happening, Lily's getting saved, so everything from there goes exactly the same. But when someone tries to kill Lily, we found the guy named is Lines. Wait, no. No, not Lines. Zans. Wait. Zanis. Yeah, Zanis. And when he tries to kill her, Lily, all of a sudden, Frost comes out, grabs him, and knocks him out, basically. Which Lily's like, Master Bell, he sent you to save me, right? And which Frost does nod. She does say thank you to him, and thank you for not killing him. He does nod again. And then he goes back into her shadow. In which, she joins the Hestia Familia, along with then Akoto and Wealth. Everything goes somewhere then. So, Bell also, says, well, thank you guys for the training, and it's been fun. Also, you guys really did well. You guys came close to hitting me a couple of times. Thanks. See ya. As he just walks away as Tiana's like, Eyes? She goes, yeah? I don't think Mr. Argonaut was taking us seriously. In which Eyes says, he was taking the train seriously, but he thought it'd be better off for dodging. In which, they do, like, sit down for a minute just to catch their breath. Tiana laughs and then, well, Ice just chuckles about it. So, what happens next is, not Ice, but Belle is getting onto the cart as Hestia wishing him good luck. And don't overdo it. As he says he won't, so just be safe. So, yeah. Basically. Oh yeah, by the way, they did a whole entire meeting and there was like Castle War. Freya did help out. So yeah. I'm making like at least a non-member being chosen to go help, so Ryu is helping out along with Wolf, Lily, and Makoto. So yeah, when he basically is getting on the cart, the whole entire conversation happens the same, and Seer also helps out. But mostly, she gives him the pendant. And so, what happens next is simple. Well, everything's happening like normal. Everything's getting ready for the preparations for the castle siege. And so, Ryu asks, basically what's going to happen? He was like, simple. You can cause a distraction. Well, you can, give her some magic swords if you want to. Lily's already, and Makoto. You help out Ryu. Not Ryu. You help out Ceres. And she was, right. What about you? He was like, easy. I'll show them why you don't mess with the Hestia Familia. I ain't gonna hold back who I am. In which they not. Because, let's have a flashback. As basically the flashback is, Hestia asks, are you gonna hide yourself still from everyone? He goes, no. I'm gonna show them why you don't mess with us. And they'll see who I am. I don't care. As long as they know they're a mess with us, they'll be fine. And, Hestia does not. So, yeah. So, everything goes the same. But when Makoto does a sneak inside, so she helping out Ryu. And, what happens is this. Some members are seeing Belle Chronos basically walking forward slowly to the castle. Everyone is shocked. Eyes and Tiana are, worried. Beta is just thinking, what is he doing? Finn is wondering. But Revia? Yeah, Revia is just smiling. Because she knows what's going to happen. And she's thinking, show them who you are, Belle. Show them why you don't mess with the Shadow Monarch. And so, when basically, Lily is opening up the gate, but he told her to basically have them come out to him. So basically she says, Belle Cronell, it's over here. Send out, 20 guys. As basically 20 guys are coming out. As then basically they're all in front, guarding the gate, and he goes like, what are you gonna do about this, Cronell? We will win, and you'll join our familia. As then he goes, really? What can you do to me? And he goes like, it's 20 of us versus all of you. We're just versus you. And he goes, do you really think I'm by myself? He goes, what? I only have one word to say. As he's having his eyes closed, hands in the pocket, and then he says, arise. And then he said it while he opened up his eyes, basically. As all of a sudden, all 98 of his shadow soldiers are coming out of his shadow, along with Goliath. Basically, Frost did come back to him. As everyone's shocked, all the gods are shocked. Freya's not. Apollo goes like, what, how is that even possible? All the familia, anyone who made a bet, they said that same bet, saying Apollo's familia will win. are in shock that this is happening. But the guy basically who tried to fight Bell in the last two episodes, that saved him, I don't even know his name. I don't even care right now. Basically, that dude who basically had the helmet on and was trying to show Bell why, don't get full of himself, or basically that basically kidnapped Hestia. Yeah, he's basically thinking, I knew he was gonna win this. This will be easy. As they're like, what? And basically, they see then Goliath, and he was like, surrender or face my forces. As some of them are backing away, scared. Lily is just smiling. Basically, Diana and Cassandra are singing this in shock, while Hyokuthos is, watching from the tower. He was like, how? How does a novice like him have this? As Apollo was like, you knew this. This is why you didn't accept it. How is this possible? And she goes, that was full of surprises. He really shocked me when he told me about this. And besides, I thought if I said no, I wouldn't have any problems for you. You would never have to lose anything. Now this is what you get. As then basically Bella says, so you won't surrender. Alright then. Charge! As when he says that, all of his shadow soldiers are running in. As I say, he looks like Goliath says, basically says, don't kill, only knock out. As basically Goliath started shooting like energy, like air pressure blasts, towards them. Even covering fire for Ryu and Makoto. Helping out. Basically, Welf is coming in now with the shadow soldiers, as well as just walking forward casually. Like this is just nothing. While everyone's fighting, Bella's simply walking over. He doesn't... Cassandra isn't with... I forgot she wasn't with Diana, but she saw it. She basically says, the rabbit, with the white rabbit shadow will consume the soul. As basically... Hyokuthos is like, what do you mean? And she goes, please, just surrender to him. And he was like, I will never surrender to him. I will achieve Master Apollo's will and dream. As well, while this is happening, Bella's walking, and he legit does exactly the same thing in canon, but he lets the hero shot charge. It was charging all the way to when he was going to Hyokuthos' and based in the chamber. As when he's in the where he was in the canon, he goes, Firebolt! As well, basically a beam of fire shoots up into the sky, destroying the roof and the area. As Bella's fine, he basically takes out his Hestia dagger, as he says, did anyone survive? As Hyokuthos did. And he goes, cool, you did survive. So, I have a question to ask you. He goes, what? Are you prepared to die? He goes, which he just says so calmly. He goes, it's only fair that Apollo loses something, right? You did, well, technically try to harm me and my goddess. So, do you want to die? Quick or painful? I won't die. I won't lose to you. I won't. As all of a sudden, Bell just disappears. And in an instant, there's a slash mark on Hyokuthos' cheek. He goes, what the? As Bell just kicks him in the back, sending him flying. As then he goes, really? Too weak. As I see, he puts the dagger back in his holster, which everyone is shocked by this. Freya is just chuckling, and she goes, it looks like he doesn't have to take him seriously. As in, basically, all of a sudden, he basically says, Dominator's touch. And, well, he gets, Hyokothos gets pulled over to Bell. As in, all of a sudden, he just punches him in the face. Full force of mana behind it. Into the ground. And knocking him out. Basically, winning, everything. By the way, Ganesha was broadcasting this, so everyone's seen this. Everyone is shocked by this. Beta is surprised. Eyes is surprised but smiling. Tiana and Tonya. Tiana and Tonya are like shocked by this. She goes, I didn't know Mr. Agana can do this. But how many soldiers does he have? Finn is thinking, if he has this many soldiers, could he technically wipe out a Familia all by himself? If we don't have him as an enemy. As well, everyone is shocked by this. Revia is just like smiling. She goes, I knew he will win. So basically, Nazu is basically getting her money along with that guy that bet Bell will win. And, well, he basically goes over to the edge, and he goes, my soldiers, we won! As, they all just look. So, obviously, the bears are warring with Tank. Goliath is, yelling out, or, basically, Igris is saying, like, victory! Just because. And they says, now, return to my shadow. Bell says that, and they all do. And so he was like, not even enough XP. I was right. I didn't need to put any points in. I could have done that mid-fight anyways. And so, after that, they do win the whole entire. They win it. They basically get Apollo's Familia, no more, along with the new home and the new symbol for Hestia's, Familia. And well, after that, basically, Bell will just choose his new room. And he's basically surprised. He was like, wow, this place is fancy. Nice. So. Oh yeah, by the way, Loki saw it and she was surprised too. But she knew why he was so, confident that he will win. Anyways. So, basically, after he chose his room, I don't know what happened next in the episode, so, basically 6. So this is technically where I'll end it. So I hope you guys enjoy this part. I did think it would be good to have this next part. It's gonna be just, some episode 6, but mostly some stuff I'm just adding in. Okay? Alright. Bye everyone. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.